Hooray, Java the two hosts. If I may, I'm thinking that you chose the best thing. If you like them good shows and all of these movies. What up, Chip and Chap? This is Chip and Chap Chat. What up, Chip and Chap? This is Chip and Chap Chat. What up, Chip and Chap? This is Chip and Chap Chat. What up, Chip and Chap? This is Chip and Chap Chat.
What up, Chip and Chaps? This is Chip and Chap Chat, episode 65.
65?
Yes,
I am Chamba.
I am Fooray. And we talk about nerdy shit with you guys.
Yeah, let's just, let's begin. The first topic, TV talk. We don't have many on TV talk this time, but, what we've got is pretty interesting.
It's a relatively big one.
I think it is. Marvel's The Inhumans comes to ABC.
Right.
So, no more movie. It's television
No
now.
more movie. But the first two episodes are going to be shown in IMAX.
Yes.
And filmed in IMAX.
Yes.
In the summer of 2017. That's next year. So it means they got to get rolling on this.
It's being shown then.
That's what I'm saying. That's next year, so they've got to start on this pretty soon.
Very soon. Very, very soon.
Do you think there's any chance Black Bolt is still Vin Diesel?
No.
You think Vin Diesel is above TV?
I think he thinks he's above TV.
But I don't know, man. It's a Marvel thing.
It is a Marvel thing, and it is in conjunction with IMAX. It's kind of, to me, this is almost... It feels
they're
like
going to spend some money on it.
Yeah, it feels one of a kind.
Right.
Because it's IMAX doing television, but also, like those episodes are going to be filmed. They said that the budget's going to be slightly larger because it's in collaboration with IMAX.
Right, they're helping pay for it.
Yeah. So the visual effects have to look amazing in IMAX.
Oh, yeah.
And if that's the case, it's going to have some
money.
The
biggest hair possible.
Right. It's like, it's probably the best looking hair you've seen IMAX.
But I'm like, what the fuck does Lockjaw look like on a TV budget?
A giant dog.
I want to see it. They can do a tiger on fucking Walking Dead, so...
What if they actually just filmed a bulldog or a pug, whatever it's supposed to be, and just kind of...
like camera tricks or some shit?
Yeah, and just kind of enlarged it CG-wise.
It'd be interesting, but Lockjaw is not exactly just a regular looking bulldog.
He's got a weird face.
Right, like they could maybe enhance footage of a bulldog.
For sure.
But Lockjaw's like his mass is supposed to be so crazy that I feel like it wouldn't look the same as just a blown up.
I'm really intrigued because it would be funny. I'd find it hilarious. I could see some.
It would look hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Like, I'm definitely interested. I've always been interested in seeing an Inhumans thing. Reading that it's not going to be a spin-off of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
It's its own thing.
But it's not that it's not going to be a spin-off. Is it not going to be connected to the Marvel universe?
They said that it's connected because it's still part of Marvel. But they didn't say that it was going to be, it's going to start from S.H.I.E.L.D. and then become its own thing. It's just going to be, bam, here's its thing. This is it.
Oh yeah, I don't think they need to start it in S.H.I.E.L.D. If it's the royal family finally, like they could connect down the line because there's Inhumans in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Absolutely. And I'm just really like, is there any word now if we're gonna actually ever get a link between any of the television and any of the movies?
They're not gonna say till it happens, man.
And
that's my philosophy on it. It's not impossible. They're just not going to tell you till it happens.
I feel that's the thing as well. It's almost like when people expect it to happen, they'd rather say nothing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we did that already.
Suddenly we'll see. Yeah. They'll be at Comic-Con for Infinity War.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh well, we stuck something in there. Keep a lookout. And it'll be like a random incredible.
I don't even know if it's gonna be like if they're gonna say it in Comic-Con and stuff. If anything, it's like, oh yeah, you're watching the cinema. You're in the cinema watching it. Yeah, we didn't bother telling you because it's a nice surprise. Surprise.
they could shoot those actors on green screen and literally put them in fucking anything. They all have it in their contract that they could show up in movies, so...
Right.
If they ever want to, they can. That's all that matters.
Right, and that hope, that little hope is nice.
Yeah.
They also said it was like 10 episodes. I read somewhere that it's going to be like 10 episodes.
The Inhumans thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. If they're going to do it at large scale, then it seems better to do it as a mini series.
It just seems like just the whole fact that it's going to be shown in IMAX for a month. The first episodes, I'm just like, this seems so random.
Well, it's kind of like them just making the movie a pilot.
That's random to me, and awesome and random.
Some places do that, man. Lots of shows will do like 2-hour fucking season premiere or whatever. They'll do like based on a movie.
And here they have shown like certain episodes in the cinema. Like we got a couple of the Sherlock stuff, we got a couple of Doctor Who stuff shown in the cinema. But this is not just the regular cinema. This is IMAX.
It's true.
It's kind of like a larger scale. So,
but I think IMAX is smart though, because most of their shit is like, look at all this footage of the mountains.
Right. Check out the wicked. Check out the seal's mouth.
Right, and I think that they've probably recently been making lots of money off of people being like, I want to film part of Batman in IMAX or whatever, and then people pay money to go see that because they're like, I want to see this shit giant size. Doctor Strange, I think, definitely benefited from it. So I think they're smart for going. We're going to start paying for this. Oh yeah, Infinity War is supposed to film entirely in IMAX.
To me, that seems like bonkers.
Yeah, it seems like a hassle too for the people who have to direct it.
Right, because you have to consider
those cameras are fucking humongo.
Actually, no.
So,
did you watch?
Well, I guess they have the more updated, digital updated ones.
They do.
But the old film IMAX cameras
the
were
film IMAX cameras were
ginormicon.
like, here's the side of a car.
Right.
that's a camera.
Yeah.
Full at resolution, but that's all the television news we've got.
Yeah. But it still sounds pretty damn cool.
Yes,
it's not listed here, I don't think, but there's also not necessarily television, but that Disney is apparently trying to buy Netflix. Did we already talk about that?
Right. We didn't talk about that because that news just popped up, but that's television. I guess that's television related, but that's pretty bonkers. Netflix.
It is pretty bonkers.
I mean, hey, maybe I'll buy.
I wonder if that will have any effect on the deals with like DC television and stuff like that. Very curious. But with the and how that will affect like their deal with like Hulu, if they're suddenly going to be like, actually, we're just going to make it a Netflix original because all of our shit is going to go to Netflix.
Unless they're just trying to dip into as many areas they can.
Maybe. I mean, that also makes sense for Disney.
Yeah. It's like we own that anyways. Might as well just. I'm going to be in you. I'm going to be in you.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's gonna mean, but that's a pretty fucking huge deal. But yeah, let's get on to the movie talk stuff.
Let's get on to movie talks. All right. First thing that's listed here. Croods 2 has been cancelled.
Aw, R.I.P. Croods.
Yeah, that's kind of crappy.
I'm kind of fine with it though. I'm
okay with it. I don't think it did. I think it kind of stands on its own.
Yeah, it had its place.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I'm like, I like that film, but if someone goes, hey, would you watch a sequel? And I'm like, yeah.
I mean, it would have to look real impressive. I feel like it's fine. Not every movie needs to be a franchise.
That's what I feel as well. Also, in Netflix recently, they do have an animated series.
Right, they got a series. It's 2D though.
It is 2D, and I think it actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not none of the same voices though, is it?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
No.
I was like, it almost shouldn't have worked the first time getting Nicolas Cage as the dad.
Right.
But it did, and it was fine. Just let it be what it was.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, not every franchise, not every movie needs to become a franchise.
All right, it's fine. It served its purpose. What else we got?
Next up, Green Hornet is being rebooted by
Already?
the director of The Accountant. His name is Gavin O'Connor.
Oh, so it'll be much more serious.
Maybe it's going to be more of I guess, a serious hero take. Wait, how old is the previous? It's not that.
It has to be like 2007 or 8 or something.
Within like older than 5 years though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's got to be.
Yeah. But maybe a serious reboot.
Yeah, I think that I'm kind of fine with that.
I'm okay with it.
I'm very curious who they'd pick as Kato this time around.
Right. I didn't mind the previous Kato, but why not? Like, yeah, maybe they'll. Who knows who they'll cast at this time?
That's the one that they're doing with Gavin O'Connor?
Yes. The Accountant director.
That one's through Paramount.
Okay.
Interesting.
So yeah,
I'm very, very curious about it. I mean, I feel like almost anything they do, it's got to be better than fucking
the previous
Seth Rogen
one. Yeah.
playing the Green
You've watched it,
Hornet.
right?
No.
I've watched it.
I kind of refuse.
I like
It
the
came out
direction.
2011, dude.
Oh shit! Really? So it's
Yeah,
5
so it's
years.
only 5 years.
Yeah, but by the time it's out, it'll be about 6-7 years then,
Right.
give or take.
Still
But-
very curious.
Yeah.
I think the look of it and the tone of it will make or break it.
Yes.
I
think the
feel
lead-
like the lead for sure is a thing, but I really feel like just generic looking action hero guy would have been fine.
No, it would have been.
They went with Seth Rogen, and I'm glad it got him healthier. But
then he's kind of not really that fit again.
he's still in okay shape.
When he was in.
It's Jonah Hill that fucking.
Oh yeah, he blimped back.
Got super skinny and then blimped back
He
up.
actually blimped. He might be bigger than he was before. It feels weird.
It might be. He seemed real big in that one where they sell all the guns with Mr. Fantastic.
Right. Okay, yeah. Next up, Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, untitled film in the scripting stage.
Cool.
Do you, like... I don't want a Harley Quinn movie, but if it's a Birds of Prey movie...
If it's slash Birds of Prey, I'm fine with it.
Right. But I was like, Harley Quinn on her own, I don't care.
Yeah, but her by herself, I don't care. Her as like a Harley and Joker movie, I'd be slightly interested.
Yes.
If they're going to go in a darker direction.
Right.
Harley Quinn and like a Gotham Sirens versus Birds of Prey kind of situation.
Much better.
I am totally fucking fine with that.
Much better. Much better.
Yeah, if we're going to see her and Poison Ivy and Catwoman live together and fight Batgirl and fucking
Batwoman,
Black Canary and Huntress,
automatically,
I'm totally fine with that.
I already like this.
Yeah, then they're like, fucking not only Marvel are we going to do a female-led movie, we're going to do a movie about 6 fucking badass females kicking each other's ass for an hour and a half.
Throwing Katana in there.
Yeah, why not? Do it.
Wasn't she part of the Birds of Prey?
She might have been in the... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know anything about Katana other than her cover art.
But if a whole, like... You thought Guardians of the Galaxy was crazy within far-fetched. Here's a whole female movie.
Yeah, is that far-fetched?
Which one?
Is that more far-fetched than a talking tree and a raccoon?
Nah. That one is pretty far-fetched.
Poison Ivy talks to trees. That's kind of like a talking tree.
She is part tree at this point, isn't she? No.
I wouldn't consider her part tree. That's real weird, though. Someone should do that version of her.
Half tree? It's got like 3 legs?
That's weird. But could be cool, depending on how it's drawn.
Yeah, maybe.
If it keeps like an actual lady leg silhouette somehow, then yeah, I think it could be wicked.
Like you see the shadow, it's a silhouette.
Twisted up vines.
Those legs look nice. You look up close, it's just vines, yeah.
I would like to see that version. Anyway, next thing. Star Wars Episode 9 to shoot entire movie in 65mm film. Similar to the IMAX format, so it's super big. I think that's how they filmed part of that Quentin Tarantino Western that was going to be a big deal, and then it kind of wasn't.
Django?
Hateful Eight.
Oh, Hateful Eight. Okay. I liked Hateful Eight.
I didn't even see it.
Honestly, though, in terms of how it was filmed, I can tell you right now, I couldn't tell.
Did you go see it in 65mm?
I think it was, yeah.
Because I know it was only in specialized theaters that had it.
Yeah. We went to this. We didn't go to the regular cinema here. We went to this one that was a little bit further out.
Well, cool. Episode 9, woo.
But, like, cool,
give a shit until I see some stuff. So.
That's exactly. And I'm like, you can tell me all this shit until I see
show
anything.
me something cool, then I'll give a shit.
Right. Pretty much. I know it sounds weird,
That's how I feel about Star Wars in general. I'm like, show me the cool thing, then I'll care. Because based off just the, like, lore and names and shit, I can't get into it.
Like, there's so many of these reviewers and stuff that we watch, and they're cream pants.
Right, but they're all like older than this, and like fully grew up on going to see the original trilogy and shit.
But they cream pants just reading something that might be a thing that happens.
Right. Well, that's kind of it's their Marvel movies.
Do you cream about something that you've read, that you read, that might be
like
a thing?
Book?
No. Like that might be part of a film that you're not even sure of.
Sure. Spider-Man stuff.
Like, maybe so-and-so will appear. You haven't seen anything. You're not even confirmed. Nothing.
We still haven't seen fucking Michael Keaton, and everybody's creaming about that shit. I'm not creaming pants,
though. I'm just like, we'll see. I'll wait.
I don't know, man.
I ain't creaming.
I'm pretty creamy about Spider-Man.
That sounds awful. I'm pretty creamy about this. That means it's a constant. It's just constantly moist.
I'm pretty creamy about it.
Ugh, weird. Anyway, Star Wars, cool. Shooting that. Next up, Jessica Chastain's cast as Painkiller Jane.
Cool.
This seems
probably
random.
Gonna be better than Christiana Loken or whatever the fuck her name was.
Was she Painkiller Jane?
Yeah, and I think they made a show on like Sci-Fi Channel or some shit. And
talk about an upgrade.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to her. She was like, "I'm gonna make Blood Rain forever until I'm dead."
until the franchise dies,
right.
Which was another film.
It was dead out of the water.
It was, especially with whoever's in charge of it.
Oh yeah, man.
Did
anyway,
not help
cool. I guess Jessica Chastain. I agree. Should have been in a movie about comics.
Yep.
She chose Painkiller Jane. Apparently, she was way into it.
I think it's also because she's producing it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She chose to do that one.
Yeah. Good on her.
And like getting picked to do something, which is fine. But I was kind of hoping she'd be like a Poison Ivy type character.
Gosh, that would have been so good.
Yeah, I was really kind of hoping.
That seems like a waste.
That's what I'm saying. Like Painkiller Jane, she's cool.
Yeah. But
she doesn't have nearly the following or opportunity, I feel like, that a Poison Ivy character.
No. And I promise you, if you ask like comic people, if you ask them if they knew Painkiller Jane was, they would probably know Poison Ivy more.
Right. I'm sure of it. Anyway, what else we got?
Hayao Miyazaki puts a hold on his retirement to do another Ghibli film. This seemed...
Woo! Get ready to cry about some shit.
This seemed kind of like I think he's retired like 3 times already.
He's the Jay-Z of the anime game.
He fails. He definitely fails at retiring.
Well, I hope to fail at retiring the same way someday.
Yeah.
I want to be so legitimately dope that I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good forever now because I'm that dope. And then you go, you know what? I'm actually so dope I got a little bit more. How about a little bit of this?
I'd like to be, if I'm going to fail at anything, I'd like it to be that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what it does. I mean, they produce some good shit, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, good. I'm sure the gajillions of Ghibli fans out there are gonna cream about whatever. They'll stay creamy about whatever it is.
They'll stay creamy. That should be our exit. That should be stay creamy.
Stay creamy, Chipper Chaps.
Stay creamy. That's it. That's how we're ending it now these days.
It's the grossest.
I like it. All right, next up. Alan Menken and Lin-Manuel Miranda are teaming up for the music in the live-action The Little Mermaid.
Cool.
This seemed weird to me.
I haven't seen Moana yet, so I'll get back to you on how I feel about that.
I find this a little odd, because if it's going to be a live-action remake of the original, they've already got all the songs. So, what... is this going to be like... Are they going to update the lyrics? Are they going to...
They could update the lyrics.
I know... I'm assuming new songs are going to be included. That seems like a given.
Right.
But
there's probably going to be songs that are cut and replaced. Like, they might not do the Sebastian the Crab getting hunted by a murderous chef song.
I forgot that was there. And it's so brutal too.
Yeah, I love the song, but I'm like, that might be way scarier in live action.
Also, yeah, no,
dude, and if like based on what Beauty and the Beast looks like,
which we'll get to,
right? I'm like, do I want to see a live action crab version of Sebastian?
I don't know. What about Flounder?
That sounds fucked up. Flounder's weird too.
Yeah, because he's not going to look like Nemo. He's not going
to be cartoony.
He's going to
look like a weird fucking fat
He's going to look
fish.
like a fucking fish, so he's not even looking forward.
Right, it's so bizarre.
Especially if it's based on an actual flounder, which I'm sure it's not going to be.
Hey man, who knows?
But yeah, they're teaming up to do the music.
Totally different.
They're teaming up to do music, and I'm assuming it's for new songs.
Do you think they're gonna have the shit at the beginning where he makes all the girls sing about how dope Trident is?
Like every day?
Yeah. Or do you think they're gonna have that section?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe in the world that we live in now, that's not looked upon as very good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I wonder how much of it is going to be that kind of correction. Like, we need new songs because some of these songs we're definitely not including in the winner anymore.
Right.
But again, I haven't seen Moana, so I'm like, I don't know what he's like lyrically. I don't know if I'm going to go out of that movie and be like, you know what, that movie was great, but man, that music was shithouse.
Right. And that would suck too. And I know everyone was, amazed by him because of that play that he did, Hamilton, right? Now, he took years.
He's not rapping in this shit.
No, he's not. He also, but that movie, the play has a lot of actual singing songs as well. It's not just rap.
Okay.
But he took years and years to make that.
It's true. He's also been doing plays over and over again all the time.
Right.
Like, that's what that guy did.
Right, but Hamilton itself, which won a lot of these awards and whatnot, took him fucking so many years to make. Now, to make all these, to write lyrics and songs for these Disney films, I don't know if he's going to have enough, the same amount of time. Sure, his responsibilities aren't as great, probably. And
it's collaborative. It's not all on his shoulders.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I'll see based on Moana, but yeah.
When does that come out there?
Moana? I think it comes out here in December. So you guys definitely get it before us.
Yeah, I think we get it in like a week or two.
Yeah, see, I'd like to. That'd be great if it came out next week. I'd watch it, but I'm definitely thinking it's December for us here.
Gotcha. What else we got up?
Zendaya states that her character in Spider-Man: Homecoming is not a love interest.
Okay, and go ahead and say the next one too, because I feel like this is kind of the same story.
Liz Allen is reported to be the love interest in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, so, duh.
Yes.
But I feel like they're giving us what the movie is starting with, not necessarily how it ends out.
Exactly. Also,
and they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you. Yeah, he's all about Liz Allen until the end of the movie when he realizes he needs to date Zendaya because she's the ducky of this movie or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like, Liz Allen is supposed to be the like proper pretty girl, like everybody thinks she's hot or whatever.
Yeah, everyone thinks she's dope. I get that.
Yeah. It's that Peter's supposed to have a crush on her the whole movie, and Zendaya's character is the kind of snarky girl that hangs out with them, but she's just one of the guys.
Yeah. She's not
until the fucking end of the movie, where she gets a makeover for Homecoming, and she shows up and she's like, "Face a tiger, you just hit the jackpot, Mary Jane." Suck my dick. That's the end of the movie. I'm positive of it.
But then what's with the whole Michelle thing?
She's gonna be Michelle Janet or some shit. I'm telling you, man. She's MJ. She's not Mary Jane.
Yeah, because
she's
it's not
MJ.
Yeah, I figured it was like it's not
because they haven't said any other fucking name other than Michelle. They haven't said she's Michelle Gonzalez. They haven't said any of that shit.
That's true. It's just Michelle. They keep
she's just Michelle.
Michelle.
Yep, she's not Mary Jane. She's MJ. I'm telling you.
And technically, that's what it's supposed to be. It's MJ. It's not even.
I'm telling you.
It's fucking. I'm
still,
man, super keen. I need this film now.
See, that's what I'm saying. I stay creamy for Spider-Man. I want to know right now.
I'm not constant. It's not a cream. It's not.
No, it's a film.
I'm not. Oh yuck! I'm not wearing like a diaper of cream. You know, that's not like yeah.
Yeah, I am wearing a diaper of cream.
Gross. It's a film. It's thick. Nah.
It's constantly there. It's like a moss, thick moss.
Right, we don't. Keep it creamy. Is that it?
Yeah.
Stay creamy. Stay creamy, Chippa Chaps.
There you go. What else we got up here, man?
We're up to the trailers at this point.
All right. Okay.
First trailer. Have you seen the live-action teaser trailer for Full Metal Alchemist?
I have seen it.
What are your thoughts?
It sure looked like a YouTube movie.
I haven't actually watched a YouTube movie.
And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying like it looks like something that 1,000 Pounds or somebody like that could have easily made.
Right.
I mean, granted, when it's a full length thing instead of a 5-minute thing, it's different. Right. And you know, the effect on whatever the fuck that thing was he was fighting at the end of the trailer. Did you watch this or did?
Of course.
Okay, so that weird monster at the end
that came out of the ground.
I don't know what the fuck that was. I watched the whole first series.
Yes.
None of Brotherhood, but I feel like I don't remember a rock rhino attacking him at any point.
Right.
But it looked interesting. I think the main character looked a little silly, but
I think he does too.
The chest plate is it Ed?
Yeah.
The chest plate of Ed looked cool, but you know,
who mean
knows
Alphonse? Al?
Which one is the
Edward is the smaller one. The younger brother, which is the armor, the suit of armor is Alphonse.
Right. Yeah, the armor.
Yeah.
The suit of armor is Alphonse?
Alphonse.
And Ed is the short one with the blonde hair.
Is the short one, which is the older brother.
See, I always flip it. Flip. But anyway, Ed's chest plate, Alphonse's chest plate.
Yep.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
It looked like him, you know. But I don't know, the wigs and shit.
This is one of those
funny
films.
To me that we're all like, "Fuck Ghost in the Shell."
Right. I know.
It's fine if it's in Japan.
Here's like, I think one of the comments that was left on I shared the video on Facebook, and one of the comments was, "Hey, at least it wasn't Hollywood," and I'm thinking it should have been.
Right. If there's any one that fits there,
this is the one.
That they could totally do it
because
with the subject.
Everyone is European, except the few people who are actually Asian. Now, for those Asian characters,
isn't Attack on Titan like that too?
Exactly. That's why Attack on Titans would have worked way better as a Hollywood film.
Right.
Now, those are two that, if they were made in Hollywood, they would have cast appropriately because there would be that one or two characters that were Asian or otherwise.
Right.
And it would have, and obviously, if it was a Hollywood budget, it would have been a Hollywood budget.
Yep.
I just think that it's like a missed opportunity.
Maybe, but you know, there's no reason to think now that it's not good. The trailer, everything that they showed, it was very quick. They didn't show you a lot.
It was a teaser only, of course.
Yeah, so it really could go either way.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I will give this a shot. I will probably I doubt I'll see it in the cinema because not many. I mean, if they were showing it in the cinema locally, like one of those special screening type stuff, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. But
yep,
we'll see. I mean, based on a teaser, I want to see an actual trailer.
Yeah, I need some more substance.
The wig does look weak.
Yeah. But, it's a giant, long lock of blonde hair on an Asian dude. It looks bizarre.
Yeah, that's always going to look weird.
Yep.
Yeah. Next trailer is Luc Besson's Valerian.
Okay, so we should preface this.
Yes.
If you guys have already seen our top 10 lists of movie genres, sci-fi, The Fifth Element was number 1 on that list for both of us.
Yeah.
So Luc Besson carries a lot of weight.
He does.
And also Leon the Professional is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't make it on the list, did it?
I feel like it must have.
If it didn't,
it must have.
Because honestly, there's actually a couple of films that I'm thinking, that's like one of my favorites, but it didn't really make it into any specific category because it just didn't. It's weird.
But yeah, the list, we only had so much space.
Exactly. But yeah.
And
Luc Besson, he knows what's up.
He's a big deal. So he's making Valerian, which is when he made Fifth Element, it was because he wanted to make Valerian and couldn't.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot of inspiration from it, and so finally he's getting to make this passion project, and the first trailer for that is out. All that said, Fifth Element being your favorite movie,
yes.
What did you think of Valerian's first trailer?
Oh, the trailer looked great. Visually, it looks fantastic.
I feel like there's a but in there somewhere.
The but is it's not Fifth Element.
Yeah,
there's something about Fifth Element that makes it Fifth Element. Knowing that,
But did you know Fifth Element was going to be what it was for you just from the trailer alone?
I hadn't seen any trailer before I watched it.
Well, maybe that's a big part of it too. You just didn't know what to expect. With Valerian, you still kind of don't know what to expect.
I don't. And the thing is, this
walk out of that and be like, "Yup."
Yep, this is definite. It's right next to it. And the thing is, I would love that. I would love that. And I'm gonna give it that. I'm giving it that chance. I'm gonna watch this first day release for sure.
I mean, how much of it do you think with Fifth Element is casting specific?
That's a good question. Bruce Willis, I only knew him from what are those movies? I knew him from Last Boy Scout.
Die Hard?
And Die Hard. I liked him in those films. But I wasn't like, every Bruce Willis film I have to watch. Right. I was just like, he was cool in them. And everyone else was like, I knew Chris Tucker from Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only thing I knew from at that point. And Money Talks, I think.
Yeah. Mila, I didn't know her before that.
Right.
And Gary Oldman, I couldn't even tell that was Gary Oldman.
Right. Right.
So
it was so different.
That's like,
especially so different from Leon the Professional.
Right. He's there and he's unrecognizable as the same guy.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's so amazing. But
so with this new one, you don't feel like the cast will hold you as well?
Personally,
I only know of the two people that are in it. I don't even know who else is in the movie.
Right, exactly. But based on them alone, it's more tough for me because I'm unfamiliar with the source material. So I'm not going to be like, he doesn't represent the character that he should and all that type of blah. I'm basing it just on what I'm watching in the film. Now, based on the trailer, I don't really know what kind of character he's playing. So until I see the film fully, I'm not going to understand what kind of character he's playing. So maybe he is perfectly suited for that character.
But Dave DeHaan doesn't
right off the
excite you?
Right off the bat, he's a good actor. I don't see him as a hero type. But again, that can change my mind as I see the character progress in the film. He's not the typical hero type that you would go for.
No, but he is a young DiCaprio type.
Yes, he is.
And I think DiCaprio got thrown at a lot of that stuff.
He did. That's why I'm like, I'm definitely placing my bets in hoping that this is going to be good.
I feel more weary about Cara Delevingne, honestly.
I am too. I've seen her in a couple of films.
I saw her in Suicide Squad, and she didn't impress me there. I don't think that she ruined the movie or anything, but
she didn't. She wasn't a highlight.
She didn't do anything in that movie where I'm like, okay, I'm on board with Cara Delevingne now.
Right. There's more of Dane DeHaan that I'm more on board with. Like the two films that I have seen him in, I was like, he's good.
It looks
but
like
he's definitely
Rihanna is in it.
Sorry.
Looks like Rihanna.
Oh yeah, that's
is in
right.
it.
Yeah.
And she does like a weird transformation.
Mm-hmm. But she's not really the type where I'm like, oh, Rihanna's acting is the tits.
Right, but I'm curious how big a part it is, or if she just shows up in a scene and does like a weird thing, and you're like, oh, visually, I just met a weird character.
Visually, the trailer looked fantastic.
Yeah, it looks banana. That's another one where I'm like, I would see that in IMAX.
Shit, yes.
This movie looks fucking bananas.
Yes. Oh, goodness. That's how I'm like, I look at this and I'm like, oh, goodness. Imagine he made Fifth Element with the technology we have now.
Right. I mean, but that's maybe what we're getting.
Maybe. And that's why I'm definitely keen. And again, like, I know Dane DeHaan is definitely not the actor that I would think of when I think of a sci-fi action hero. But the character that he's playing, if it works with the character that he's playing, then I'm on board.
Right, yeah. I feel the same way. I'm excited for it, though, just because the trailer had enough going on. And the name Valerian, what is it, something of 1,000 planets?
Something, City of 1,000 Worlds or some shit like that. And you're like, what? It doesn't even make any sense, but awesome.
Yeah, but based on that and and what was in the trailer,
and it's Luc Besson,
I feel like it's it looks like a bunch of different types of scenarios that they're in. Like they're in a desert, and then they're in space, and then they're on they're all over the fucking place. So I'm like, whatever this is going to be, it's going to be an adventure, and I like adventure movies.
Exactly.
So I'm on board for Valerian.
So that's why I was like, if this is Fifth Element, like here's Fifth Element 2.0, as in here's just another take on it. I'm like, shit, yeah. It's not a sequel, clearly. I'm not expecting it to be anything similar story-wise. No, absolutely. The vibe. If I get a similar vibe, because I like the vibe of Fifth Element, that's why.
Right, and I like the vibe of Luc Besson's directing.
Yeah,
and if it's still his style of directing, I think it will capture similar things. Now it's just up to whoever's in the movie to have the same kind of charisma that the Fifth Element cast had.
Yes.
Because down to the two priests that follow them, I loved every character in that movie.
There isn't a single... But it's such a bias that I have for it because I love that movie.
Right.
And there's probably people that can pick up many shitty things of that film, but I'm just not going to see it because I love it.
Right. They're like, but Luke Perry. I'm like, yeah, he was fine.
He wasn't in the whole film, and he worked with the character that he was. He was...
Yeah, he showed up, he drew some shit, and he was gone. It's fine.
And when you think about it, he kind of, he wasn't like the hero.
No, certainly wasn't that.
No, so it's fine.
So I'm excited for it.
I am too.
Just continue to be good, Valerian.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm asking for. Just keep being good, like what we saw, what you showed us. Be that longer and awesome. And I'll be awesome.
Next up, Beauty and the Beast first trailer.
The first trailer. So we got to see the Beast. We got to see the inhabitants of the house. We got to see Belle. We got to see everybody.
Gaston. We got to see the whole crew.
Yep. What are your thoughts?
So, I still think that the candelabra is weird.
Yes. He's more weird than anything at this point.
I think the faces on the cups and shit.
I don't like them at all. It seems cheap.
My thing is they're too plain.
They are too
looking.
plain.
Compared to how elaborate everything else is.
Exactly.
The faces on these things look, especially on the cup and the teapot.
Oh, the Chip.
Yeah, they just look real bizarre. They're
Chip
like
and Mrs. Potts.
We had just the amount of shapes for the simplest possible face. Here are those moving for some reason.
They couldn't even emboss anything?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like a sticker that moves on top of it. It's real bizarre.
And what's weird is that the sticker isn't even ornate. It's like...
Right? Right?
You know?
It's just fucking shapes.
It's just shapes that you can tell it's an eye. It's literally an eye, eyebrow, mouth, and nose. You're like, why? Everything else is so detailed.
Yeah, and those things would look weird had they not been enchanted. That they have these kind of abstract faces on the side of them.
Exactly. I would have expected it more to look like, whoa, they made the snout the mouth. Okay, that's weird, but I guess.
Right, and
now
then,
it's like a face.
But with the candlestick, the candlestick is like a full human, just holding up.
Yeah, to me that's weird.
Like pieces of candle.
That was just like, that felt lazy too.
Yeah, so I don't know. Once it's in the context of the whole movie, it might not bother me. But when I only have my memory of the old one, it's bizarre.
Also, the
Beast people are really angry about it.
The point that you brought up earlier when we were having a discussion was the feather duster.
Yeah, what? I don't even remember seeing that in the trailer. Is that in the trailer?
Yeah. You can see Lumiere doing a dance with her.
Oh God!
And I'm like, he's dancing with a bird.
Maybe that's the joke.
Oh,
it's a word joke.
It's, I guess. Check out that bird. What are your thoughts on the Beast?
It doesn't bother me. He looks a bit cartoony, but I feel like they were trying to make him look lovable even in Beast form.
It's tricky because they shared, like, you shared that clip where they show the original trailer of the animated side by side with this new trailer, and it's essentially frame by frame, which is weird, but scene by scene more so. But you see the Beast there, and he still has a Beast face, but this one seems so... His face seems so human.
Yeah, it's very much prettier. It's not as wide. It's a much thinner face. Like they have all the same ideas, but everything is thinner and prettier.
Yeah, it was weird. Also, there's a scene where I'm not sure how many times you've seen the trailer, but I watched it a couple times when it was first shown. And when those wolves were attacking Belle, and the Beast came out and roared, I was like, his mouth looks like he dislocated his jaw.
Like it's all big and shit?
Yeah, it looked all cartoony, and I was like, that seems so weird.
Yeah, I think they were just mimicking what he looked like when he roared in the old cartoon.
Now, I get that, but then it makes sense for
at the expense of his anatomy.
That's why, because in the old cartoon, he had a beast's face.
Right.
His facial structure, his bone structure wasn't that of a human.
Right. It definitely looks more... I think it just looks prettier. He's prettier now.
Definitely. He sounded great, though.
He's a bishy beast.
He's a bishy beast. Oh, he's straight bishy, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, he's straight bishy.
Yep.
He sounds great, though.
He sounds fine. He also doesn't sound as guttural as I imagine the beast to sound. Yeah. But it's just them like altering the actual actor's voice, so I'm like, whatever.
Belle, though, she still seems so young.
She looks real young in the face, dude.
She does, man.
It's bizarre to me because it looks like, at the end of this movie, this animal is gonna hump this 12-year-old girl.
And then when it gets
why though?
Gaston looks like a man.
And Gaston looks way too old for her, dude. But he would even be into her is bizarre.
No. I was like, he likes him super young.
Yeah, that's weird to me. I think they miscast her a little bit.
I think so too. But
I like her. I just think she looks too young for Belle in this particular story.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, man. I understand that she's old enough, but she doesn't look it.
That's the thing. She doesn't look it. She is.
It's like when it's like Selena Gomez or something when they try and put them in stuff and try to make them like she's older and hot now, and I'm like, no, she still looks
like 13. Yeah. I'm like, no. No, that's like, why is she making out with that old dude? It's like they're the same age, and I'm bizarre. Like, that's weird.
Yep, super weird. But you know, whatever.
We'll see it. I'm probably gonna watch it in the cinema.
So let's get to the real shit here.
Yes, the nitty gritties.
Ghost in the Shell's first trailer, the first actual full-length trailer, has been released.
It has been released.
What are your thoughts?
Fucking sign me up, man.
Yeah, I'm on board. I know there's a lot of controversy around Major's
about race. The Major.
But I think it looks cool. I mean, granted, I agree with a lot that
I do.
They could have cast an Asian girl, and the movie could have been just as good.
Yes.
But I understand that they are trying to sell people on a franchise that is super weird, that not a lot of people who aren't anime fans have heard of.
Right.
And they want to do it by saying, we got Black Widow to play this character.
Yep.
Come see this movie, and it's gonna work for a lot of people.
Yep. And I understand a lot of the points that people have brought up, saying they should have cast an Asian, saying this talks about the current Hollywood, how Hollywood works,
right.
And they're basically trying to make a point with this film with the outrage, basically.
Yeah, here's my thing on this particular movie, because I think this particular movie, because of the characters involved,
it's touching so many
strange case.
Sensitive subjects.
I think Bato, how I originally thought about it, I was like, they should have cast like just an actual Asian woman as Motoko Major, and gotten Bato and got a name actor to play Bato.
Who would you have gotten?
That was how I thought about it at first. I don't even know, man. I'd have to really think about it. But I think that if you do that, then it starts to look like Bato's the star of the movie.
Right.
And I think they were trying to avoid that, but they knew they needed a name. And they can't float it on the name of the director, because that's the guy who did Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yes, and that's not the best.
And the thing that the most people know about that guy is that he porked Snow White while he was making that movie.
Yep.
That's the thing that director is most famous for at this point.
Yep.
So I think they were like, well, we don't want to take focus away from the main character.
Nope.
But we still need a name to sell it.
Nope.
The hottest woman in action right now is Scarlett Johansson. Get her to do the movie. All of it makes sense financially, and I think it's more about her star power than it is about her being white. There's just not anyone... There's no Asian female actress right now that is the kind of name commodity that they get with her. Like I watched another discussion about it, and they suggested Olivia Munn, and I'm like, she already destroyed Psylocke. Why would we want to give her this as well?
Olivia Munn should never be cast as anything.
But they're like, but she kind of has Anglo features, but she's partially Asian at least. And I'm like, at that point they were looking for someone who could play this part, and they think this part has weight.
Yes.
So they picked an actress that could do that. Olivia Munn, as a person, I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah.
But she's not the actress that Scarlett Johansson is.
No.
So I understand how they got to this point, and I'm not going to shit on the movie before it's out, because so far everything they've shown me looks great.
Yeah. You brought up a point where you're like, they should have. One way they could have done it was to cast a name for Bato and cast an Asian. I'm thinking very similar to that, because do you remember when Hollywood did their take on the girl with the dragon tattoo?
Right.
The main star, which was the female, well, the main character was the female, but she wasn't a very large actress in her name.
Is that Rooney Mara or something?
Rooney Mara wasn't very big then. at all.
Right. That was the first time I ever heard of
Exactly. That film made her something. Now, they got, mind you...
Daniel Craig floated that movie, though.
Exactly. He was the name that they attached to it primarily, but it got big name because of, like, oh, this was a big hit film in Europe and stuff like that. They could have easily just said Ghost in the Shell, a highly acclaimed Japanese franchise, blah, blah, blah. And they could have cast a big name for Bato and just get a really good Asian actress.
Yeah, that's how I felt about it at the start, and I still think that could have worked.
I think it could have worked.
But I understand how we got to this point.
Right, and I'm not shitting on what we've got.
I'm not going to... Right. But yeah, I think that they could have done it that way, and it could have worked out, but I think that they probably just didn't want to overshadow the Major, because they didn't want it to look like in marketing that the Major wasn't the main character, because that would piss people off too.
Right.
You know, it would have been like Matt Damon showing up in that Great Wall movie. Everybody fucking else is Asian, but they see Matt Damon, so they go, he's the main character, fuck that movie.
And the weird thing, the Matt Damon flick, which I find also very weird that people are hating on it, is that it's it's actually a Chinese movie.
Right, with a bunch of Chinese actors.
Yes, they cast Matt Damon for that star power. He's not a main character. He's one of the main characters.
Right, but he's not the lead.
Yeah. And I'm like, but people are, like, Asian American actors are hating on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, but you're blaming the actor for an Asian director's choice.
Right.
I don't get that. That makes no sense to me. That one makes no sense to me.
Right, but I feel like we would have been in a similar situation had they cast, say, the chick from Pacific Rim or the chick that played Katana in Suicide Squad or something. If they picked one of them, and then Bato is Matt Damon, then people are going to lose their shit that Bato is now the main character because he's the white one.
Maybe he's not the main character, though. Maybe he is the name that's attached to it.
Of course he wouldn't be the main character, but lots of people would feel like that if they say Matt Damon is Bato now.
Yeah, it's either one or the other, right? Like, it's going to be hated regardless. And that's why I was like, people are automatically saying this is shit.
Right. It was similar to like the ancient one in Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want to link that too. I got to find that shit because they had a interview on another podcast with the writer of the movie, and he explained.
Oh, right. Yeah. I
the situation.
Yeah, and he was like, "We lose regardless."
Yeah, no matter what we pick, they were gonna be angry at us.
Yeah, so we
chose the best actor.
Exactly.
Right.
And honestly, after seeing the film, I can't think of anybody else who probably could have played that role.
And I think she was fantastic. It was a multicultural cast.
Yes.
So to me, it was fine. It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
Right there, dude.
She was fantastic. I would totally go to that place and learn from the ancient one.
Yeah. She seemed great.
She sounded like she would just be great to have a conversation with. Right. It doesn't even have to be about magic.
Exactly. But anyway, back to Ghost in the Shell. I can't, based on everything that I've seen, I can't hate. I really can't hate.
It looks great to me. There's some stuff that's a little a little couple things that I don't like.
Bring those up.
There's a whole thing, a plot line in the trailer where they're
about the brain.
You're the first of your kind. And she's like, well, next time design me better or whatever. They just make it seem like there's something extra about the Major, and I felt like it wasn't necessarily the case in the anime.
Right. It wasn't
like,
the focus.
It was pretty commonplace that everyone had these cybernetic bodies or whatever, but they're making it seem like she's there's something specific about her that makes her unique.
Yeah, that's the thing that I felt was a little strange. I thought there were a lot of actual cyborgs.
Right, and I was telling Kanoi this too. I felt like the Major in the anime, she is a stoic character.
Yes.
But she doesn't necessarily always look sad, and I felt like Scarlett Johansson in a lot of the shots in the trailer just always looks sad to me.
Right. She didn't have
Kanoy said she read it as just emotionless.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it read as like there's an inherent sadness that she can't connect to humanity.
Yeah.
Which, it could go either way. I just am very curious how much about the movie is going to focus on that stuff. Because there's lots of shit in that trailer that looks straight out of the 95 anime or whatever.
Dude.
They even have the scene at the end where she's standing up against pillars and they're being like exploded.
Dude,
and I'm like, that's the scene where she fights the fucking robot.
I know. Because after I watched that trailer, I rewatched the original movie. And I was like, oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for it. Because I'm sure I've stated before.
That little clip.
Which clip?
It was with the live performance.
Oh, the shelling sequence?
Yeah. I was like, God damn, they're doing this.
Yeah. They showed the whole sequence from the beginning of the anime, but they showed the live action version of it, quote unquote,
with the music
of the robot being put together with the old anime music. But that's apparently what's going to be in the movie.
It's not just the old anime music, because in the actual...
It's updated for sure.
Because in the presentation in Japan, they had the actual guy, the composer, because he's composing the new music, by the way.
Right.
They had him there, and he did an updated version of it with like live instrumentation at the presentation.
Yeah. And you could tell there's a lot more of the like drumming and shit towards the end of it. It gets a lot more amped up.
I watched the actual the clip of the actual live thing, and they had like a bunch of the singers there and everything. And I was like, oh, this. And
it sounded great.
It sounded amazing.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it, man. Ghost in the Shell is my favorite anime of all time.
I'm on board. Like, it's gonna get hate, and I know people are. I mean, we haven't heard anything from the actual creator. We've heard from the actual from the publishers, and they were like, "Yeah." We've heard. They also did the interview with the original director of the films, and he was like, It's amazing."
Right, and I'm sure to them they're making a movie out of my shit that stars Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. That's fucking rad.
That's amazing.
But over here we're like, it's a white person.
It's right, and I'm like, no, but like a lot of the points that people are bringing up. It speaks about how Hollywood works, and they're trying to make a statement with this film about the whole how Hollywood works, basically.
Right, and I just don't think that I don't think that they whitewashed the whole cast, or it's not like Avatar where everyone was white.
Yeah,
They took a couple characters that are white now. That the major, like, there's all she is a brain in a robot shell. So there's no indication of what she needs to look like aesthetically.
No.
Bato looks white in the old shit.
He was white.
So he's a white dude. He's a nigga from Game of Thrones or whatever.
Something.
And
he had the eyes, by the way.
Yeah, and they did the eyes, which we were worried about, but I'm guessing he gets them in the movie.
Yeah. They look
weird. Or at least they cut back to how he got them. They do look a little bit weird because it looks like they pulled his flesh up.
They looked very small.
Limbs. They do look real small.
Because I watched the animated film and I was like, they're not as small as they were in the live action that we'd seen. They look very tiny.
They look a little bit more like the version of him from Arise, I think, is the one. Where it's just the lenses. Okay. But they do look bizarre, but I'm like, at least they did them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when we first saw Bato, he just looked normal, and I'm like, now he's just some random dude.
He's the white dude with a flat top, got the cut and everything.
But there's lots of Asian actors. There's lots. It also seems like a hugely multicultural cast.
It does.
With a couple white people sprinkled in it.
But then everyone's like, oh, if you're going to do that, why still base it in Tokyo?
It's the future, man. How do you know that we wouldn't all be integrated more by that point?
And also, I'm like, so you hate it if it's the same, but you'll hate it if it's different.
I thought that how they showed the advertisements and shit was pretty bonkers. How the holograms are like giant humans.
Right.
Standing in the middle of the city. That shit looked pretty bananas.
And I'm sure it's still in post-production.
They did the scene that I was telling you about before the trailer came out. I was like, they have to do that fight in the water where she's wearing the invisible suit.
Yeah.
And I was like, they did it. It doesn't have nipples on it, but I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that too because it still looks dope.
Yeah, it still looks like a flesh-colored outer suit thing, whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. And to me, it looks rad, man. It doesn't need nips.
Or the scene how she takes off. She's on top of the building. She takes off her coat. She goes down. And like they got that there. And I was like, sweet. They're doing this.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man.
This makes
if they do Akira in the same vein, if they do Dragon Ball in the same vein, I'm all for this style of adaptation. Just
the next one is Alita.
Yeah, and Alita's a similar tone.
It is,
and I'm very excited for that one too. So
I am too.
Just everything they've put out for Ghost in the Shell, the live action movie so far.
Yes,
I've been like, that looks dope. I cannot hate on it.
No, I can't. And the thing,
so if they keep that up, I'm good to go. Just once I get in the movie, if it doesn't turn into a giant Rickroll or some shit, I'll be fine.
And that's the thing as well. I can't look at this trailer and hate on the trailer and go, yeah, this whole film is a write-off. And now, mind you, once the film is complete, once I finish watching it in the cinema, and it becomes a turd, then I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go, oh, that was still impressive, even though it was a piece of shit. No,
and I'm the same way about Power Rangers. Like, so far that looks fine to me. But if we go there and it sucks dick, I'm not gonna be like, it was my favorite movie.
Exactly. Like, that seems like that would be me lying to myself completely.
Right. I'm just choosing not to hate shit before I see the shit.
Exactly. I can't even hate shit. I can be weary of it based on trailers as well, mind you.
Right. That's not the same thing.
No, absolutely not.
If they gave us the Ghost in the Shell trailer and it just looked completely nothing like it, like the main character has long blonde hair and she's not a robot at all, she's part alien, and they like completely fucked it up, we'd be like, nope, that's not at all Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, that's not
but what they've shown us is Ghost in the Shell,
exactly.
So I can't be mad.
But even bringing that back to Power Rangers, right? Power Rangers, what we saw in the trailer wasn't like the original Power Rangers. But I'm okay with it still, and I'm still giving it a chance because what I saw in the trailers wasn't exactly shit.
No, and it's also with Power Rangers, the source material is cheese.
Oh, it's cheese.
It's cheese. It's cheese for children.
Yes.
And they're trying to make something that the new age of people can watch, and that the people who grew up on it will still enjoy. And they got enough of the shit accurate. They got the names. They got the niggas wearing suits. They're wearing all the colors.
Yep.
So right now I'm on board.
Exactly.
You know?
But people
now
are
show me the
hating
Zord combat. If the Zord combat is fucking Garbo, then I will say the Zord combat is Garbo.
But everything else is fine.
I'm not going to give it a pass just because I want it to be good. Exactly. It's not like I came out loving the Ninja Turtle franchise, even though I wanted to give it a chance. Turtles. Yeah, Turtles turned out not at all what I wanted it to fucking be. Nope. You've already heard my pitch on what that movie should have been, and it still should be that.
And it could still be that eventually.
Eventually, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But right now, Power Rangers still looking okay. It's not I didn't walk away as weary from the trailer for that as I did even for Ninja Turtles.
Right, because that one was way more weary.
Right. So, but we also haven't even seen them like fight in the suits yet. The first trailer we got to meet the Rangers outside the costumes.
Right.
Next trailer is going to be different, and I think next month is probably when we're going to see that shit. We got to see that in December.
But yeah, again,
kind of Star Wars probably.
Back to Ghost in the Shell. I didn't see a thing in the trailer where I was like,
Yeah. Nothing in it. I was like, nope, that's garbage. Yeah. Right off the top, I'll tell you that's garbage. Did you watch that video I sent you of the props?
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, they had like Uzis with the samurai handle wrap on it,
cheese,
which I thought was
that's
really
awesome. As I was saying, it's delicious cheese, dude.
And they had like a clear plastic Glock, which looked kind of interesting.
But I get it as well. It's like, it's plastic.
I'm wondering if that's the gun she uses when she's in the camo suit.
Maybe. Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah, dude, it looks fucking radical.
It does.
So yeah, I'm on board. That movie, the original anime, is a lot of talking.
Dude, I watched it. Actually, I watched it like 2 days ago, and I was like, "There's a fuck ton of talking."
Right. So
Lots of politics.
I'm very curious how much of this new movie is going to be more focused on action, because everybody keeps going, it looks action packed, but I'm like, it looks like all the action scenes from the anime, but there's lots of just internal struggle going on.
There's also a lot of talking heads, dude.
Yeah, it's a
there
lot
are
of
so many scenes in that where it was about political stuff, and I'm like, this is not a kid's film at all.
No, and it's, about what does it mean to if your soul is in this robot body, like, are you still human, and all this existential stuff. I'm very curious how much of the movie is going to be that. It looks like there will be some. I just want it to be good, man, because I love the anime so much.
Just be good. That's it. Just be good.
Just be good. You don't even have to be the best ever. Just be good, and I'll love it.
Good has to be the standard, and that seems hard. That seems difficult.
It's hard for some. It seems hard for some.
I don't get it, but like, good, just be good. Because if you're good, that means that's one thumb up. That's one thumb up from me, anyways. Now, if you're great,
I need at least a one thumb if I'm going to stay creamy all day.
Exactly. Now, if it's 2 thumbs up, that shit was the bomb.
Yeah, right. But how often does that happen?
Fifth Element.
It's a long time ago, man.
It was. It's
a long time
been
ago.
Other films that's had 2 thumbs up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Avengers.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a pretty good one.
So, yeah.
Not the first.
Huh?
All right, well, I think that covers everything on our list this time around.
It did.
We still got to do a Doctor Strange at some point.
We should record that this weekend or something.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we'll get Kanoy
to
it as well. Yep.
But I think that covers it. So until next time, stay creamy, Chipper Chaps.
Stay creamy.
What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat. What up, Chipper Chap? This is Chipper Chap Chat.